Alright, so in this demonstration we're going to be doing an acid-base neutralization. It's going to be a reaction between hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide. The only trouble here is when you actually balance that equation there, both of these are clear and colorless solutions here. When they neutralize, they form table salt and water here. Both of them are completely soluble. I would have no idea whether there was leftover acid or leftover base. So I'm going to cheat a little bit here and I'm going to add a chemical indicator. An indicator here, depending on how acidic or basic something is here, the indicator actually changes color. I'm going to start off with this indicator just to identify for me, do I have excess acid or excess base? Doesn't matter how many drops you do here, the more that I drop in, you can see the color a little bit better. This is just tap water here in the Erlenmeyer so far. I'm going to swirl it around. This universal indicator here starts off as a nice green tone. This is really close to a pH of 7. I'm going to start off by adding the acid first. Okay, so this acid here is hydrochloric acid. I'm going to squirt this in here. If I add it in slow enough here, you can actually see all the color changes here involved. So I saw a hint of yellow here, and now it goes to an orange color. Should be able to get that orange color here to be a little bit deeper. If I had a stronger acid, I could probably get it to even a reddish color. Just add one more squirt here. So far, there's no neutralization yet. It's just acid being diluted into water here. What I'm going to neutralize it with here is sodium hydroxide, which is our base. So I'm going to add this in here. Basically, those base particles here are going to steadily kill off the acid particles here. Still, I have leftover acid, so still it's a tone of yellow or orange. I do want to add this slowly so you can try to see all the color changes here. You saw that the color changed to green and then it came back to yellow. That's because it sensed the base, it showed a green color. But as those base here ran into acid particles, the green color fades and now it's left with yellow. As I end up adding more base here, neutralize some more of those acid particles here, we're getting closer and closer to that green color that I started with. And in fact, as I push past that color there, so this is fairly close to the acidity of my neutral water here. As I push past that here, we're going to get into the deeper undertones here. I'm going to get a sort of palish green color here. Keep adding base. There we get a nice, almost a turquoisey green color here. Still need to add a little bit more base here. And eventually I can get it to a nice blue, almost a violet color here. So again, my universal indicator in there is just telling me, do I have excess acid, excess base? I can then add the acid again here. Acid is going to neutralize the base here. It's going to steadily kill off those base particles. And as that happens here, it brings my pH back to the neutral water and possibly even more acidic if I have extra drops of that. So it's nice, you can go back and forth here, add base, it goes more towards the bluish, greeny colors. If you add acid here, it goes to the red, yellow colors. Thanks guys.